Hello and welcome to the Gamescast, and welcome to a slightly different video, as I'm sure you've already seen by the title, but this is a sort of first impressions video on the latest DLC Project Cars that have released. Now this is released, and this is the old versus new pack, so they've included old cars and new cars of the Ford Mustang, BMW 3 Series touring car, and the Porsche 911 road-going car. The one thing I would say about the Porsche, that they've already got the current version of that in the game, so I won't be reviewing the new version of the Porsche, but I will be reviewing the old version of the Porsche, which is the 911 3.2. I wonder why it's called the 3.2. Anyway, this is the Ford Mustang, the first Ford Mustang from 1960, well it should be 1964, but it says 1966 here, but we're not going to go into that. Maybe the +2 is meant to be because it's +2 years, I have no idea. You can see, this is a 4.7 litre V8. It was very much the start of American muscle cars, and well, it does look pretty beautiful. The guys have done a pretty good job at modelling this, so I can't wait to drive it, see if it's like really tail happy. I don't know how this car's meant to feel, so it should be quite good fun. Rear wheel drive V8, of course. 271 horsepower and only a top speed of 140. So it's not those statistics don't like make your jaw drop. But hopefully it will compensate in amazing handling. Of course, amazing in the wrong way. For these classic cars, I've decided classic track, which is why we are at Brands Hatch. Possibly one of my favourite circuits in the world, or including the UK. I'm not going to go into any of the setup stuff because I want to review it out of the box. Oh wow, it sounds really nice. So here we go. We're going to be on the inside, but I am going to show you guys the outside of the car if I remember my view buttons. And here we go. So let's just pull up quickly so I can show you guys what it looks like. No ABS or anything, of course. Stick into neutral. Do we have a parking brake? I don't think we don't have a parking brake set. Right, never mind. So I just have to keep the brakes on. But this is it. It looks like an old American muscle car. It looks quite a lot sportier than perhaps some modern day muscle cars. It looks more like a classic Ferrari without the massive 15-foot bonnet, which is pretty amazing. This is Ford, of course. And it looks incredible. You can just about see that classic Mustang logo if we go up the hill. If this car has enough power to get us up there. Hopefully we can see. We can't really see, but you can just about see the Mustang logo, which is a Mustang horse, I believe. I think that's probably what it's called. Anyway, let's give it a go. There's not much point me just talking about it and not actually doing anything, as we... I'm guessing, yeah, it is. I'm going to use my actual shifter rather than the flappy paddles. And well, it drives. There's not that much connection, as you can see. I can do that, and the car really does not show that much response as we try and drift it around the corner. And it sounds incredible. Inside, it's looking really good as well. I'm very impressed how it looks. Okay guys, so I've now set a handbrake, and oh my gosh, and we're going to see if we can get this car to do a little bit of drifting. Maybe. Oh my god, not very well. God, it's really difficult to drift in racing games. Anyone who's ever drifted in real life will know it's a lot easier than in any racing game. One thing I've always thought about Mustangs, for old Mustangs, is luxury was always a little bit more there. I mean, you can kind of see on the left-hand side of the car, you can kind of see the leather, and it was just a little bit of a nicer place to be. The modern ones are very much more plasticky. If you sat in one of them before, you'll know how horrible it is. It doesn't feel that nice. And but this would give me the impression that it is quite a nice place to be as we put in the wall. I'm not sure how much one of these would cost nowadays, but one very good condition I suspect would be pretty expensive. I mean, to be honest, Brands Hatch isn't the best track for testing this sort of car, but it is going to be very good for the other cars I have lined up, such as BMW and Porsche. And it does take quite a long time to get going. It's not slow, but it's not exactly the pinnacle of Grand Prix speed, is it? Oh. I'm not going to spend too long with the car. It is very much a first impressions. See if we can drift it. Oh, that wasn't bad, was it? Oh, let's have a replay of that. I think that was quite good. So yeah, it does look really cool. But hopefully when we finally get to the point where I was able to get a drift around that first corner, and there's me just putting it into the wall, which with my incredible drive is just amazing. Let's pause from here and have a look at some of these off-board racing TV cameras, I suppose you'd call them. I know this track very well. This is from F1 20, whatever it was, 13. And I was able to get some more drift there. But yeah, so I do know this track quite well, but not that well sideways, it seems. The car is not that responsive, so I wouldn't recommend using this for any type of racing. But hey, and you can see that full-on sideways, phenomenal drift. Unfortunately, we haven't got that massive tyre smoke, which would be nice. But hey, we don't have that. You can probably smell you can't smell the smell of polish, but it's horrible and I hate it. Anyway, the next car we are going to take a look at is the no, it's not actually, it's going to be the Porsche. Okay guys, welcome back to my first impressions. I decided to change my mind, mainly because I want to kind of leave the best till last, and I think the Porsche is going to be quite good fun. Now, this is, I'm going to call it the 2002, it could be the 2002, it doesn't really matter how you say it. But this was one of the more iconic cars from BMW back in the day. During 1972 was when the road version was released. I think it's 2002. 1972. It says 1973, so I will just go by that. This is a car BMW made for touring cars, and during its time in 73, it was actually one of the most powerful road cars going, and it only had 170 horsepower, which makes you think how far we've came in that time. This has a surprisingly small engine. It's a 4-litre. What is it? It's a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine, which is tiny. But anyway, let's give it a go on the track and see how we get on. So let's go back to Brands Hatch, how we were for the Mustang. Oh, I haven't tested the new version of the Mustang. I will do that after this. Right, so obviously I'm not going to change any of the setup, and Wow. You can hear the turbo back. That is the sound of a turbo. I wonder if there's going to be much turbo lag. This has got a turbo. It's kind of the name. I love that sound. Wow. Oh, come on. This car, I suspect, is going to be far more... Wow, yeah, far better handling than the Mustang. And there's an awful lot of ch-ch-ing from the turbo. I think it's from the turbo. Jesus Christ, it sounds like a bus. Maybe I need to dim that down a little bit. Maybe it did make that many... I don't know how much noise from the turbo. Putting it into second. So surprisingly good handling, this car. Let's see what kind of speed we can get up to down the straight. It's actually faster than I expected. Considering it's only got 170 horsepower. It's not the lightest of the machines. It's by no means heavy. Flat on my gas again. It does handle far nicer than the Mustang. I mean, you can just see from the outside of this car. You can't really. This kind of car, it looks like it does rallying, and well, there you go. It does look really nice. You can see from the outside. It's a very square car, a lot more boxy than the Mustang. Similar kind of era, kind of. I mean, this is 10 years later, pretty much, than the Mustang. So similar kind of year, but yeah, a lot more boxy. A car that kind of defined BMW, really. This is the one most people will remember from touring cars and even on the road. It's the one people will remember for 2002. This is also the I'm not sure how to say this, predecessor, or whatever you say, to the 3 Series. So this is kind of the first 3 Series, think of it like that. Not overly powerful, but very good handling and very good fun to drive. There's a lot more feeling through the wheel. If I just do a quick wiggle down the straight, you'll be able to see that. You can see there's quite a little bit more car movement as I turn slightly left and right in this car than there was in the Mustang. And you can feel the road quite a bit more. The suspension's not quite so soft. You can be a lot more precise with your turning, and oh, it's so easy to get it wrong as well, like I did there. The interior is very plain though. There's nothing much to it really. I mean, you've got your relevant speed dials, and then nothing else really. Oh, that's probably a good time to end this sort of impressions of the car. But so far, I would say this has probably been my favourite of the 2 cars we've driven. Yeah, it's definitely the favourite of the 2 cars we've driven so far. So here we go. This is a Ford Mustang 2015 Ford Mustang GT. It looks quite similar to Mustangs and how they look. The performance of this car is pretty incredible. It's a 5-litre V8, but like all American cars, not that much go. However, this does get to 0 to 100 in just 4.5 seconds. I'm not entirely sure if that's 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 miles. Is that 110? I think it's 60. Can't quite remember. I think 0 to 100 is what you Europeans use. But anyway, it's 4.5 seconds to 100, so pretty quick. Yeah, so it should be pretty good fun. I don't know what to expect from this, because I can kind of just imagine it's going to be a cross between the BMW, which we tested, and the Mustang. That's what I imagine it would be like. This is what I mean by when I say the quality goes down. There's no level of this. It's very much... It's just boring, if you ask me, inside. Not that fun, but... Oh well, let's find out how it drives. I guess that's an important bit. Is there a little bit more feel? I mean, we kind of need to get the tyres a little bit up to temp first. But it's one of the most uneconomical cars in the world. But actually, the handling is not too bad. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's on par with a Beamer or not. Oh, so easy to get it sideways and spin out. Right, get it turned in. Loud on power. Let's see what kind of speed we can get this up to. So 120 on 30. Actually, I'm very surprised with how well this handles. It's not too bad at all. I could see people having quite a lot of fun with this online. It's easily the most exciting car I've driven so far during these tests. Because I always seem to get it wrong. I don't know what that noise was. A really loud bang. I just heard a really loud bang, yeah. The best corner for drifting is definitely this first corner. We seem to have absolutely no heat in the tyres. So if we can drift around this first corner, get a good one like we did the first time with the whatever it was called, the Mustang. A little bit of a one, but it was just coming away. Kind of turn in, and then you have to kind of correct yourself because you're not sure if it's going to grip or not, because you know it should do, but it just doesn't. But this is actually really good fun. If you're buying this DLC, I would definitely recommend this car because it's a lot more responsive than I expected. It's just overall much nicer package than the other two. Very boring inside though, so if you like driving with cockpit cam, then maybe this isn't for you. It's incredible how slow it is, considering it's got a 5-litre V8. It does make a good noise. And you don't get that annoying sort of turbo sound like we got from the BMW either. See what kind of lap time we can get out of this. Ooh, completely messed up that section there. Probably should have been third, but hey. Put our foot down. Just about staying up the line. And we seem to get a 147. Well. Oh, let's have a quick look on the outside of the car. And wow, they've done a pretty good job of the modelling. Looks really cool. You can see the underneath they've got these sort of grills. That's to help the you can't really see it. That's to help it sort of grip at the rear end rather than having a spoiler. It's quite a good way they can do that. It's mainly for airflow and stuff. This massive radiator which will let the whole world capacity of air into the car, and then it kind of just gets dumped into nothing because this car is not that aerodynamic. But we are now going to have a go with the 3 Series touring car. So here we go. This is a BMW 3 Series touring car. Now it's a 2012 model. This is a touring car. I think it had 5 championship wins. It's also very much the same kind of story to the standard BM, the 2002. It's a 1.6 litre diesel turbo. It's got 4 cylinders, and yeah, that's not sounding impressive. But I'm expecting good things from the handling. I can't wait to try this track around Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is very much a touring car track. It has been, well, obviously the Formula 1 cars have raced there, but it has been the home of touring cars for a long time. And yeah, I think it's going to be really rather cool. Let's have a look. It does look really cool. It looks like a road-going 3 Series. And you can hear that turbo, and oh, that's so cool inside. I really like that. I do like that. And let's just get to my. I need to figure out. Here we go. Is it just me or the wheels? Oh, how interesting. The wheels seem to come outside the edge of the car. Wow, that's insane camber. That is incredible camber. And there it is. It looks like a road-going 3 Series. Or kind of looks like a M5 or M3 if you want to say that as well. The M5 is a little bit bigger than this. The M3 is a little bit smaller, a bit more affordable, but still extremely good to drive. I'm sure people who have them will tell you that. So let's see how this car handles. It seems to have a good handbrake. One thing I would say about project cars, it'd be nice if they were able to make the handbrake better, and yeah, instantly you can tell that this car has incredible handling physics and statistics. It's oh my god, that was not a demonstration of how good this car handles. It's very light. It weighs 1,170 kilos, which is just over a ton. That's a little bit more than a Lotus Elise, so it doesn't need that much power to get going, and you can really feel the vibrations surprisingly about the same sort of speed as the Mustang. This requires an awful lot more concentration than the other cars we've tested. Oh wow. And you can really feel the track a lot more in this car as well. If you hit the curb, you know about it. Like there, you can really feel that inside curb. It looks like a racing car. I think Gran Turismo had this car, which is why I may recognise the interior. I used to race with this car on Gran Turismo an awful lot. There's an awful lot more grip. You're going to find it much harder to get the back end out, and so you should. It's a touring car, it's meant to be fast. 6-speed gearbox. Rubbish line. But because of this, the incredible camber and the sort of the dip, meaning it's much easier to make that corner. So, but I think we've got a 147 Mustang. Let's see what we get in this car. Similar kind of speed, so it's pretty much all on handling now, so this is a difference between a bad handling car and a good handling car, especially at such a sort of grip circuit, I suppose you'd want to call it. You need that extreme grip for the high-speed corners, and you also need a car that can react to all the bumps, because there's a lot of them around this track. I'm not exactly taking it flat out, but I don't think I need to be able to beat that Mustang. So I'm not that good with this track on this game, or the correct version of this track on F1 2013. The Brands hatch was not well modelled. It was pretty poor, to be honest with you. This is a far more realistic representation of the track. Oh shit, went off a little bit, never mind. There you go. So you guys can actually see the sign on the top right hand corner now. Surprisingly, we might not be a huge amount faster. Well, we're not. We're only 3 seconds faster. I just have a little bit of an off, and I do feel that this lap was nowhere near as good as the lap I set in the Mustang. But still. So that has been the BMW. Now I'm really excited about the Porsche. I can't wait to see what it delivers. I do expect good things from the Porsche. Well, here we go. This is a car I've been excited about driving now. This is the original 911. Quite an iconic car for Porsche. I'll tell you 2 reasons why in a minute. First of all, you'll notice it is a rough. A rough is the tuning company for Porsche. Various car companies have them, like Aston Martin, a Jag have one called Eagle, I think, and yeah, so that's why it is a rough, not a Porsche. They can't get a Porsche license because there's a reason why they can't get it. I think Need for Speed have them. EA have got them. I can't imagine EA is that good a marketing tool though, really, because they make pretty crap games. But anyway, yeah, this is the last. Hang on. Now this is the first 9 of the 911s and the last of the good Porsches. Why do I say that? Because let me just flick through. Notice the similarity? Yep, they look exactly the same as that. I mean, that and that. Well, there's no difference from that. And there's no difference from that to that. And there's no difference from that to that. So I just don't get it. I don't know why Porsche they make no effort with their cars. They just all look exactly the same. They're rubbish. So I'm not a fan of Porsche, but I am a fan of the old Porsches. This is 211 miles an hour. It weighs 1,100 kilos. It's one of the lightest cars. It used aluminium and fibre, I think. So let me just check up on my notes. I do have them somewhere. Fiberglass and aluminium. That was it. 3.4 flat 6. This flat 6 is the iconic Porsche engine. And they still use it in their cars today. Porsche pretty much only make the 911. They also do like things in racing, as I'm sure you're aware. They do like things like Le Mans and stuff, endurance stuff. Wow, it sounds incredible. We are just gonna stop and admire it. I really can't wait to drive this thing. I could imagine it's a pretty incredible car. Let's just slow her down. So, this is it. This is a Porsche 911 3.2, that is its full name. It looks like you can recognise this as a 911, but what separates this from most 911s is one, the back of the car. It's got like this tray, which is the spoiler, and it also has these really cool, nicely shaped headlamps, and they kind of come out of the car. They look a lot more classic, kind of like a classic Mini. It's really cool. Inside, I suspect it's pretty basic, which it is. This was at the time a high-performance car, and I can't believe it must have been one of the most expensive and fastest cars you could buy at the time. But I'm not entirely sure. 7.25 thousand RPM, and wow, quite a lot faster than I expected. I mean, wow, this is pretty impressively quick. This is kind of the base model. Porsche went off the handling. You gotta be quite careful on accelerating. Wow, still getting a slip from back wheels in third. Incredible. And let's open her up. Wow. Really, you've got to be really careful that you don't lose back end, and this is fast. 140, 150, and then braking. Oh, don't want to push the brake pedal too much, otherwise we're just going to go lock up and straight into the barrier, and we almost do that. Need to be quite a lot more careful with this car. It does require a lot more human interaction than the other cars, I would say. I mean, perhaps not as much as the first Mustang we drove. And I am excited about this car. We're going to set a lap and see what kind of lap time we're able to pull off. We're going to have to take it a little bit cautiously because this car is extremely tail happy. And I'm going to start braking. Braking. Come on, don't lose it. Don't lose it. To be honest, that was not too bad. Could have been far worse. So we're going to continue. I know it's that's not going to do our lap time or the car any justice. Got to brake much earlier than I imagined. I have got ABS, so it is extremely easy to lock up. I suppose I hadn't really made any sort of good systems without ABS, if you like. The brakes were kind of more on or off rather than a little bit more gradual, which you'd get in a more modern car. Mind you can really feel the bumps in this. So this is a road legal as well, incredibly. Oh. Ah, bollocks. Now, I might be right in saying that the 911 which caused the UK and other places in Europe to have the 70 mph speed limit. Now, it was either that or the BMW, I've forgotten. It might have been the BMW M1 or 1M. M1? 1M, I'm not sure. Can't quite remember. But yeah, this might have been one of the cars that caused that. I forgot though. I'm just going to take it a lot more slowly and see what kind of time we can get out of it. Because considering we're pretty close to on par with what we got on the Mustang, it's yeah. Trying to take a bit more of a wider line, get a much better exit. Keep turning. Don't be tempted to drift out wide. I want to get a little bit of a late apex, but not quite as late as I got. However, it wasn't too bad. Oh, such a difficult track. And actually, this car is a very difficult car as well. And slowly, flat on the floor goes the gas as you approach 150 miles an hour. Come on. Let's try to get on the track as quickly as possible so we can continue the lap. Oh my gosh. My driving really is not up to scratch. Don't know the track that well, to be honest. And I'm absolutely rubbish at handling this car. It's got to be the slowest lap in the world. But we are ahead of our previous lap. And then flat on the floor. And let's see what we can get. Actually slower than the BMW, the touring car. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. That was a Porsche, and gosh, what a difficult car. I was not expecting it to be that difficult. I'm sure you can get a good lap time if you're good, which I am not. I suspect it's quite good for drifting, and again, I'm not very good at drifting either. But you could look at that power, just an instant donut. I mean, let's just demonstrate this on the tarmac. Ready? You guys can see when I put my foot down, and put it down now. Instant donut. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. Well guys, there you go. Thank you very much for watching this sort of first impressions. Quite a lot more serious than my other videos. Possibly more boring if you're not interested in the car. But in this case I was. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.